Hello guys, welcome back to the Beastie Room. Now today we're going to have another pairing video, and we are going to pair the Tliltocatl vagans, or the Mexican Red Rump. And yeah, it's quite an interesting pairing. Fairly quick. Only goes on for around about 10 minutes, 10 minutes. So it's actually quite a quick one. But the interesting thing is looking at the male. Watch the male, and also with the female, you'll see that she's very quick to respond as well. So the two of them didn't really hang around. They soon got it on and got together. Right. So without further ado, let's have a little look and see what's going on. Well, here we've just introduced our male Tliltocatl vagans, and these are commonly known as the Mexican Red Rump. Now, as you can see there, our female, she's responded immediately, and this is what we hope to see from our females. She started tapping. As you can see now, that's actually got him going, and we're getting a bit of everything going on with him. He's shaking all over, he's tapping everything, it's all on the go. Now this female has recently molted out, and she's a reasonable size, although these guys do get a solid 6 inches, so they are a fairly big spider. Many of the spiders that we see in the hobby, where people think of them as being adults, are nowhere near their actual real adult size, although they will breed much smaller. There you go, there she's responding away to our male. They are such handsome spiders. Quite an underrated spider, really. Now these guys are found predominantly in Mexico, or they are found also throughout Central America. Look at him, he is really quite excited. We're never 100% sure with our females what their intentions may be. She's not moving, although she's given the right signs. But she's not turning to face him just yet. You can see the tibial hooks on our male there, quite prominent. That lovely red bum on them, absolutely amazing. Now this male is actually, he's getting on a little bit now. He's been going around for a while. And we've got a couple of females that we're keen to give him a try with and see what happens. There you go, she's responding again. Now you can see there with these guys that the male, absolutely everything on him is moving. Now quite often we see with a lot of our males, it's either just the pedipalps waving, maybe just a little bit of vibration through the first front legs. This guy is shaking all over. He is super excited. Now look for first point of contact, because he's not touched her yet, but as soon as he does, there you go, she's just egging him on a little bit there. We're looking for that front leg just to touch hers. Here we go. There we go, look at that. She was very steady there. She knew what was about to happen. He's now got the higher ground, which is always a good thing for our males. And you can see there the physical differences in their stature. Main thing being, his abdomen is much smaller than hers. These guys don't carry a massive abdomen once they mature. Quite a skinny little thing, really. You can see the tibial hooks very clearly now. And those huge emboli on the pedipalps. Very big emboli for this size spider. That's it, she's moving forward. This is always good. You can see her fangs are flared there as well. This is nothing to worry about at this point. This is all quite normal. Now this spider is actually quite directing what he's doing. Here we go. There you go. Now you can see now, as soon as he starts the constant contact, we know that it's about to kick off. Look at the fangs on her. They are huge. Now he's looking to get an angle in there now. You can see he's starting to reach under. We need to be way back down there by her abdomen. He's a long way up at the moment. Must be quite a daunting thing to climb underneath there. Here you go. Now you can see at the moment he's literally just stroking the underneath of her carapace. So he's literally where all the legs join and the carapace. This is the area that he's stroking at the moment. You see how she's reaching forward with them front legs? That lovely jet black. There you go. Look, he's lifted her right up now. There you go. That's insemination now. He's pulling her forward. You see that? That is a very, very good insemination. She's doing her best to actually stay upright. He's pulling her right the way through. And you can see now he's changed. He's looking to use the other pedipalp. You can see the pedipalp and the emboli very clearly there. It looks like he's trying again. He's going to lose it. Oh, yeah, we're inseminating again now. Just hope she doesn't lose her balance. This is a very, very good pairing. Both parties are still very amicable at the moment. And you can see now how he's changed his body structure. Look, he's lifted himself high. And he's now looking at retreating. There you go. He's away. He's moved. This is the time to be very, very careful with your female. Read the signs. See that? You see how her change in demeanour there. So what we've done now is we've taken her mind off of the fact we've moved her back with a paintbrush. And this will literally just give her something else to think about. Take her mind off of that male. And you can see there that he's sat quite still. So what we want to do now is we want to get him out, but we don't want to run the risk of spooking him. So we're going to get his tub down the side there now. Hopefully we can get him to lift and walk out of that corner that he's in, straight into his own tub. Our female is slowly making her way back over. You should have just seen her feet in the top of the picture there. Here we go. The box is in position, so we're ready for our male. We're now going to use the lid of the box to secure our female, to push her away, and use it also to move our male. And you notice there, you see, if we hadn't have had the lid there, he may well have jumped straight over to where she was. And then that would have been a problem because she probably would have grabbed him. So that's him done. Safe for another day. Well done. Great pairing. Right, and what did you think? As we said, they didn't hang about. Now, these guys, these are a mainstay for the hobby. They make a really, really good beginner spider. They're very, very, how can we put it, very tolerant of our mistakes. So that makes them ideal as a beginner spider. Now, these guys come from Mexico, so they like it fairly sort of arid looking, quite dry. And they do get quite big, as we mentioned in the video. These can get up to 6.5 inches in size. Now, it's not that often that we see a very, very big female like that. And many of the spiders that we see that are actually labelled, I guess, as being adult, they may well be adult, but they're nowhere near their full potential in size. Many of them are verging on the fact of being sort of like very, very large juvies. So it's an interesting thing when we look at things under the labels as to an adult, a juvie, and a sling. Now, we often get asked this when we're actually selling things. People often come to us and they're like, I want to sell something, but I'm not quite sure how to label it. Now, I personally look on slings as anything up to around about 3/4 of an inch, something like that. Once they get above that, then we're now looking at being into that juvenile stage, that sort of small juvie, large sling, small juvie. And then they stay in that juvie stage right the way through until they start putting on some substantial size. And then we go up to that sort of sub-adult, adult sort of size. Now, these vary, obviously, depending on what species of spider we're looking at. But as you know, with the vagans, they start life very, very small. They are tiny, tiny little things. So they can be anything from sort of 0.5 to a centimetre. They don't get much bigger than that when they hatch out. They are very, very small. So this is something that we're keen to actually do these. We've not done these before, so it would be a nice one to actually see whether we can get her to drop a sack. We do have a couple of females. And this has all come around where we've bought collections. As we've said before, we quite often take in people's surplus stock. So if you've got surplus stock or you're getting out of the hobby, whatever, always throw me a message on Facebook, because we will quite often buy up the whole collection, or even just individuals that are no longer wanted. We will take them on as well. And what happens then is many of these spiders, if they're of adult female size and we haven't got any, quite often we will keep them and we will attempt to breed them before we move them on. So it's often it's a way for us to actually push our breeding projects a little bit further and do a little bit more. Quite often with spiders that we might not necessarily have purchased ourselves. So it's always a good thing. Collections are a really good way of increasing our breeding status, if you like, and give us more options, more species to play around with. And the vagans is one of those. So we have a couple that we've hung on to, and some nice good sized females. And that little male there, he's been getting on a little bit now. So he's still going strong. He's still making sperm webs and he's still feeding. Now, we often get this with people saying, oh, my males don't feed. If you look after them well in the very beginning, they do feed most of the time throughout their lives. Even once mature, they will still feed. And this brings us on to another thing about how we're keeping our spiders. And it's something I think we will do a future video on regarding the actual temperature that we keep our spiders. So I think that's a very, very interesting subject, and I think it's something that we miss a whole lot of within the hobby. I don't think we touch it. I think we're still working on the theory of 40 years ago. So it'll be nice to actually broach that subject and see what we can come up with and what comes back, you know, your comments and what have you, and see how people are doing things differently. It'll be a very interesting thing. Heating. We need to look at temperatures that we keep our spiders. It's a very, very interesting subject. Something well worth having a look at. Right then, as we were saying about interesting subjects, we are literally, I think at the moment, we are about 11 or 12,000 subscribers off of 100,000 subscribers, which is absolutely mind-boggling. I cannot believe we've come so far on this channel, and this is all down to your support. You know, you guys have stuck with us. We went all through the move and all that sort of stuff when there wasn't a lot of content coming out from us, but you stuck with us, and you know, it's all picking up again now. We're slowly but surely getting them views back up and everything else, and it's absolutely amazing. We are so close to 100,000 subscribers. So please, when you watch the videos, hit that like button, leave us a comment. You know, it all helps in the algorithm, and it all helps to push the channel into other people's news feeds. So the algorithm, the more interaction that you guys show with our videos, the more the algorithm will pick it up and push us out there to more and more people, you know, a bigger audience. So yeah, let's have a big push and let's see if we can hit that 100,000 subscribers. What a milestone. Absolutely incredible. And I say, we've only got you guys to thank for it. It's been absolutely amazing. Really, really cool. And the journey's not over yet. we've got so much more to show you. There's so much more going on. We're doing a lot more pairing now. We've got more sacks coming off as well. We had the Murinus that came off, when was it, Thursday? We showed that video last Thursday. We got them youngsters. They're going quick. If you want one, get in contact on Facebook. They are going quick. But yeah, really, really cool. So we've got lots and lots of good stuff to show you guys. And hopefully, we are a little bit closer to getting our room done outside. We're just getting to the crust now, and the weather's changing, so it makes it a little bit easier as well. So yeah, we are very, very close now. And hopefully over the next few months, we should be making a start. I'm hoping, fingers crossed, we'll be making a start. Right then, well, I hope you enjoyed that pairing video. I say we have got some more to come. We're going to be doing another little one on our mossy frogs soon as well, because they're due a revamp. They need an absolute overhaul because they're a little bit behind, and yeah, they've had an interesting journey, to say the least. So we need to get them back up and going. You can hear them in the background, always calling away. Yeah, there's so much, too much to mention. So keep tuned and you'll see it all. Right then, don't forget, be calm, be gentle, and love your spider. And I will see you soon, guys.